Oh, welcome back from Matchday. This one's definitely the last one. It's already gonna be 2:30, but I just have so much fun. I get addicted. I can't stop. There's nothing you can do to make me stop. So, no, 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 no. Last time, Hacken destroyed Barnsley very comfortably, and Real Madrid are also very much up there. With other teams like PSV, Feyenoord, Besiktas may have lost, but they're showing fight, which is important. So yeah, now we have Jan Regensburg versus Hull City. Hull City are begging. They really need a win here because right now they're in the relegation zone without a single victory, with 2 goals only by Miller. They need most of their team to start helping them out though. How's this gonna start off? Just like I was saying, they needed this and they fucking delivered. What a victory! McBurney scoring a brace. So let's just put that right away in there because he popped off at the moment they really needed him in a game that they should be competing with. So we got Mick Burney, which if I don't remember it, last I saw him was last year when he played for Las Palmas. But he scores a brace here to make himself very useful to the team and to the standings. And then we got where is he at? I just saw his name. Oh my god, Sean Felder. Alright, I need an O with 2 dots. I don't know if there's one right here. There probably isn't. Alright. Okay. O with 2 dots. There we go. Let's get that. And over here. I forgot his name. Sean Felder. So we got S-C-H Sean Felder. I think I got that name right. If I didn't, I apologize. Regensburg. He scores his first goal of the competition. These long names, bro. And then after that, we go up here, and then they tied. Hotman scored. Their striker scored a equalizing goal. Hotman. By again, Jan Regensburg side. But then at the end of the match, they got a victory by Gelhardt, the former Leeds United player. Gelhardt. And he scores not a last minute, but a late winner goal to give Hull City all 3 points, like they needed, by the way. Huge, important victory for Hull City, because now they're up there. Now they're away from all these other teams that have no wins, and they hope that they also lose their games so they can stay on top. Al Tawoun versus Besiktas. We already have to fix something because this Mr. Flavio already got a red. And I don't know if he'd rather have either of these guys. Wait, let me make sure. They're both 2 pace and dribbling or shooting and passing. I think I'd rather have this guy be in there instead. They need a new midfielder in there along with him. Everyone's kind of shit, so I guess Victor Hugo's the best thing they got. So he's out. So we have a suspension for Flavio. Will that be a big miss for them? Because this is a huge match. Can they get another victory against Besiktas? And they cannot, as players such as Cherny and Cengiz Under come in. 2 early substitutions too. Orkun Kokchu came off for him, and Udokai came on for Diallo. Because they were losing. Bahusain. Okay. What a name. Bahusain. He scores to open up the game. But they couldn't keep up the rhythm. As afterwards, where are they at? Besiktas. As players such as Under. Oh my god. You know what? That sucks because I gotta go now over here. U with 2 dots. I like Cengiz Under. I saw when he was playing at Roma and Fenerbahce, and then he went to like Leicester City for a little bit. I liked him over there. It is what it is. And then he ended up being back in Turkey. Cengiz Under. Oh my god. Cengiz Under, who plays for Besiktas, which is... So we go over here. Babam. A lot of copying and pasting going on around here. Besiktas. And he scores his first goal. Boom. I think I saw Cherny also scored another goal. Am I mistaken? Do my eyes deceive me? And he did. winning goal too, giving Besiktas their, I think, their first victory. Oh, their second, because they defeated somebody else. I can't remember who they defeated, but they beat someone else. But now that puts him at 3 goals behind, like on level with Thomas Lemar. Huge, huge, very huge for him personally. That means like he's their main goal scorer. Still no Tammy Abraham either, by the way. But a huge victory for them. Maybe that Flavio dismissal was also very important. So let's see. Oh my God. Well, let's see. Because I don't know if I had doubts on Falkirk and they proved me wrong. So who's to say they won't do it again? We have a 1-0 win. Interesting. I expected a little better from Real Madrid, but Mbappe with the winner, his first goal of the competition. Kind of surprised it took him this long and against the Scottish side, but there we go. Real Madrid get the victory that they need, barely, and they keep a clean sheet along the way too. And Falkirk will feel a little sad that they couldn't get nothing out of it, considering that they were doing pretty good, keeping Real Madrid out. Visa Plug versus Sintruidense. Can this finally be their moment to get a victory? Both these teams are still at 0. It's no way this ends as a tie, right? No, it ends with a Visa Plug win. When I didn't expect them to be completely honest with you. Sekulski scores the first one. Let me right away just look for their fucking owl. Their fucking Polish owl, so I don't have to like go Google for it. If I can find his ass. There he is. Salvador. There we go. So we have Sekulski, his name was? Sekulski, which is a very Polish name. Oh my fucking God. Are you serious? Wisla Pluk. Alright. He scores his first goal for the competition. And Pacheco. Pacheco, cara floja. Boom. Pacheco for Wisla Pluk. Gives them a very important win. Because both these teams are on the bottom, so like if you win this game, you really are pushing yourself away from the relegation area against teams that you're expecting to be with you. Huge game. Huge fucking game. We have 3rd versus 6th. Girona versus Feyenoord. Can Lamar add to his tally? And can Feyenoord keep fighting along with these other teams that are expected to be on their same level? We'll see. And no, and Lamar with another goal. And fuck Axel Witsel. Stein opens up the scoring for Feyenoord. Stein opens the scoring. His first goal of the tournament so far. But then Axel Witsel, he gets his first goal as well for Girona from the center back position. Huge goal for them. And Lamar, again, another goal. Proving to be very pivotal for them on that left side. Girona are doing good. They haven't lost a single game yet. PSV versus Crew Alexandria. Can they continue on their form, unlike Feyenoord? And they tie. And another goal for Lancaster, by the way. A brace for Lancaster. What the hell? So let's put Veerman inside. So Veerman opens up the goal scoring. Not expected. I did not expect a tie. And Saibari is the other guy who scores for PSV. Because now I got to go to the guy who scored a brace, and he already had 2 goals, so I think that puts him on level with Lamar. Yeah, look at him. So now he's on 4 goals right behind Thomas Lamar. Who the fuck would have expected for League 2 side Lancaster to be scoring 4 goals already at this stage? A brace to give his team a tie. He helped them tie with a European giant. Huge, very huge. Braga versus Haken. Can Haken continue their form? Because they've been amazing. They have been absolutely astonishing. And it stops here. Because they play against Braga, and Braga do get a fantastic victory. With goals from Salazar, Navarro, and Victor C. I don't know what the fuck that is. But, so we'll go over each one of them. So Salazar scores another goal. He's on 3 now. Puts him ahead of the likes of Hemia Al-Sayed and Svanbak. But I'm pretty sure he scores a goal too, so we can probably give him a little bit of leeway. We won't trash on him. But Hemi and Al Sayed have been passed by this guy, by Zalazar and their own teammate Svanbak. And we have new goals from Navarro and Victor C. Don't know who Victor C is, but let's go down here. Navarro for Braga. Scores 1 goal. And now we gotta check Victor C because I have no idea what the fuck he is. Let's see before we go to that game. I'm curious to see who Victor C is, to be honest with you. Victor C is... It's not this guy. So it's Carvalho. So we're gonna give him as Carvalho. Carvalho for Braga. Huge victory for them, because I honestly think the Haken and Braga are gonna be the teams that are in the same category of like competing with each other to see who can get in the top 8. Because who knows, maybe top 4. I don't know. Barnsley versus Mantova. Barnsley are without a doubt the worst team so far, losing by 5-1 to Haken in the last match day. But can they redeem themselves? Can they get a victory over a second division Mantova? They cannot. It's too much out of their hand. They get an injury, McGoldrick. That's huge, bad for them. That's a terrible loss for them. And then we have Fayetti for Mantova, who opens up the scoring. 1 goal for him. And then, yep, Fayetti. And then they double their lead with Fiori scoring the second, giving them a little bit of some leeway in there. But then Barnsley do push 1 back to try and make it close, but they end up losing. Kaylor Dunn. It's not looking good for Barnsley early tournament. So they are losing their games. They have not won a single game, and they think they scored a total like 2 goals so far in the tournament. Not great. Not the best of looks. Dusseldorf versus Banfield. Dusseldorf will be hoping to continue their victory streak. Or not streak, but from last game they won. So they're hoping they can push on and score another few goals. Which they don't. They lose to and Mendes' goal being the deciding factor here. Mendes from Banfield scores the winner for them as they get a very important 3 points. As Dusseldorf now come crashing down a little bit. I remember when they had Luca Bacchio and they tied with Bayern Munich 3-3. Luca Bacchio scoring that hat trick. And surely the last game before the match day ends, Guingamp versus Al-Kholoud. And Hemia was one of their strikers. So can Hemia continue with his goal scoring? Can he like level up with the rest of the gang? And he can. He scores 1 goal. Is it a brace maybe? It is! And Buckley for Al-Kholoud. So, not a name I expected to play in Saudi. But you never know anymore. Al-Kholoud. He scores his first goal with fucking Hemia scoring 2 goals, making his Italia 4. Surpassing the likes of Cherny, Salazar, and Svanbak. I think I'm saying that name properly. So Hemia, Lancaster, and Hemia are the top goal scorers of this thing. Not who I would have thought. I'm not gonna lie to you. Not who I would have thought. I think that was definitely the last game of the match day, which it was. So it seems like Jan Regensburg is gonna be like the team that always like it resets to after the match day's over, as Belgrano was for last group. But let's see. Let's fucking see how this is looking. So Girona, Real Madrid, Guingamp, and Haken are on the top 4 still. Despite Haken losing, they have a better goal difference than Braga, so they still stay ahead of them by a little bit. Braga, Altaun, Besiktas, and PSV complete the top 8, with only 1 point separating number 8 from PSV to Feyenoord. A good old 6 points to 5 points. With Feyenoord, Cruz Alexandra, Mantova, Al-Kholoud, Wisla Jan Regensburg, Dusseldorf, and Hull City completing the midfield area, with teams like Banfield, Falkirk, Sint-Truidense, and Barnsley in the relegation zone. So Sint-Truidense and Barnsley are still the only teams to have get any points so far, with both of them only scoring 2 goals. So they need to improve that stat terribly if they try and desperately want to get out of their group. So that's going to end match day 3. So now we'll be going into match day 4 briefly.